The wait is officially over, and what Nikon is about to do will change the landscape of higher resolution photography forever. Welcome to TechVibe, where we break down the future of imaging. For years, the Z7 series sat in the shadow of the Z8 and Z9. But the internal shifts coming out of the Nikon camp for 2026 suggest a massive realignment of power. We are talking about a sensor that doesn't just compete with full-frame rivals, it targets the detail levels of medium format. If you have been holding onto your D850 or your Z7 Mark II, you need to pay close attention. This is a definitive breakdown of the technology, the leaked capabilities, the release timeline for the Nikon Z7 III. This isn't just an incremental refresh. It is a total revolution in the mirrorless space. Let's be honest about the state of the industry right now. The camera market has been a bit predictable lately. See slight bumps in autofocus, maybe a new codec, and a prettier menu system. But Nikon is currently on a war footing. After the massive success of the Z8 and the ZF, the brand has regained its legendary cool factor, especially among a new generation of professional creators who value soul as much as specs. But there is a glaring gap in the current lineup. You want high resolution? You currently have to jump to the Z8, which is a powerhouse, but also a heavy, expensive piece of kit that not everyone wants to lug around on a 12-hour hike or a minimalist fashion set. That brings us to the Nikon Z7 III. The core philosophy of this camera is ultimate resolution contained within a nimble ergonomic body. Let's talk about the heart of the beast, the sensor. For a long time, 45.7 megapixels was the gold standard. It was the legacy of the D850, a number that felt perfect for most. But the latest whispers from the supply chain suggest Nikon is moving to a customized sensor that could range between 61 and 67 megapixels. Why this specific range? Because it allows Nikon to go head-to-head with the highest-end competitors without sacrificing the speed that the Speed 7 processor provides. However, there is a wildcard rumor that has the industry buzzing. Some insiders are pointing toward a 90-megapixel backside illuminated sensor with a new cross-pixel technology. Imagine having medium-format detail in a body that fits in your jacket pocket. This would be a game-changer for landscape and commercial photographers who need to crop in aggressively without losing a single ounce of texture. Even if Nikon sticks to a more conservative 60-megapixel count, the inclusion of a partially stacked design means this camera will be significantly faster than its predecessor. We are looking at internal readout speeds that could practically eliminate rolling shutter for stills, making the mechanical shutter almost an afterthought under the hood. We are looking at a dual Speed 7 setup, or potentially even a preview of the Speed 8 architecture. You might ask why you need that much power for a landscape camera. It is not just for the pixels. It is for the artificial intelligence. Nikon is reportedly integrating a dedicated AI coprocessor. This chip will handle predictive object tracking at a level we haven't seen in this class of camera. Imagine you are shooting a bird in flight or a fast-moving athlete. Its traditional autofocus looks at where the subject is currently located. The Z7 III's AI will calculate where the subject will be based on its trajectory and speed. This is technology inherited directly from the flagship Z9, but tuned for the specific high-resolution precision required when every pixel counts. For the premium photography market, this means a keeper rate that was previously unthinkable in a non-sports body. Now, this is where things get truly interesting. Since Nikon acquired Red Digital Cinema, everyone has been asking when we would see that technology trickle down. The Z7 III is rumored to be one of the first cameras to truly bridge that gap. We are expecting 8K video at 30 and 60 frames per second, but with a massive twist. The rumor mill is hinting at UNRAW and potentially internal ProRes RAW recording that utilizes Red's legendary color science. For the first time, a stills-focused camera might actually become a legitimate cinema secondary camera. We are looking at over 15 stops of dynamic range and a new log profile that mimics the Red IPP2 workflow. If you are a hybrid creator, this makes the Z7 III the most versatile tool in your arsenal. You aren't just buying a camera, you're buying into a professional color pipeline. Nikon knows its audience better than almost anyone. You don't buy a Z7 for a small, compromised experience. You buy it for the right experience. Expect a revised body that borrows the 5.76 million electronic viewfinder from the Z6 III. This is one of the brightest, smoothest viewfinders in the world, boasting 4,000 nits of brightness. For those of you shooting in the bright sun of the desert or the reflective snow of the Alps, this viewfinder is going to be a lifesaver. We are also looking at a massive 8-stop in-body image stabilization system. That is a huge jump from the 5 stops on the previous version. Hand-holding a 60-plus megapixel camera at a half-second shutter speed sounds like a recipe for blur. But with the new focus point vibration reduction technology, the camera stabilizes the image specifically around your active focus point. Rather than just the center of the sensor, the build quality will likely remain top tier. Featuring the magnesium alloy weather sealing that Nikon fans have come to rely on. But expect a few modern touches, like a fully articulating screen that also features a secondary tilt axis for high-angle vertical shots, a feature that wedding and architectural photographers have been begging for. In terms of connectivity, we are looking at full-size HDMI, high-speed USB-C for tethering, and dual card slots that support both CF Express Type-B and SD cards, ensuring that you have a path for both speed and affordability. So when can you get your hands on it? And how much will it hurt your wallet? Based on the current 2026 roadmap and production cycles, we are looking at an official announcement in the middle of the year. The price is expected to land right around $3,300. This positions it perfectly as the premium choice for those who don't need the bulky vertical grip style of the Z9 but want more resolution than the Z6 series offers. It is a premium price for a premium audience, targeting those who refuse to compromise on image quality. The Nikon Z7 III is shaping up to be the high-resolution king we have all been waiting for. But I want to hear from you. Does the world really need 90 megapixels? Or is 60 the sweet spot for your professional workflow? And more importantly, will this finally be the camera that makes you switch systems? The competition is fierce, but Nikon seems to be holding all the cards right now. If you found this breakdown helpful and you want to stay ahead of the curve on the latest tech, make sure to follow along for more. Nikon is clearly not playing it safe anymore. Z7 III is a statement of intent. If the rumors about the red color science integration are true, we are looking at the most important camera release of the decade. Thanks for watching TechVibe. Stay tuned as we continue to track every leak and every official update as it happens, and I will see you in the next one.